Because melody comes from scales, regular repeating intervals in patterns, and arpeggios, or parts of the notes of chords, come from scales, it's worth working on scales and arpeggios. They can produce great things, and it's a creative pool to dive into. Here's a fragment or part of a D major scale. I'm starting on the A in the scale, not the first note of the scale or tonic. I'm starting on the fifth note, the dominant. String 3 fret 2 is A. String 3 fret 4 is B. Sorry about the buzz there, I wasn't near enough to the fret. I'm just going to play them a few times. A, fret 2, and B at fret 4. And just learn them. Don't move on until you've learned them. A, B. Right hand, do whatever you like. That's for another time. Next, C sharp, D and E are found on the second string on frets 2, 3 and 5. Fret 2, C sharp. Fret 3 is D. Fret 5 is E, C sharp, D and E. And learn them till you're happy. Put the first two things together. A, B, C sharp, D, E, C sharp, D, E. 2, 3, 5. Move on to string 1 and we add on F sharp at fret 2, G at fret 3 and A at fret 5. So it's the same fret numbers as for the second string. F sharp, G, A. Work on that. Play it, say it. F sharp, G, A. Put them together. Say it all. A, B. C sharp, D, E. C sharp, D, E. F sharp, G, A. Put the whole thing together. A, B. C sharp, D, E. F sharp, G, A. And work on it until you can name the notes and can find them and play them. Next step, play around with it. We're nowhere near arpeggios yet. Okay, that was ascending, going from the lowest pitch note to the highest pitch note, from an A to an A. Now do it going downwards, descending. A, G, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. When you're playing at speed, highly unlikely you will be thinking of the names of the notes. At least I can't work that way. Things are happening too quickly for me to be saying note names in my head. You've learnt the patterns, you know where your fingers are allowed to go if you're playing in a scale of D major. Next, play around with it, play some more, playing the notes but missing a few out. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A. I played A, D, F sharp and A. That's outlining part of a D major chord. The notes have come out of the scale. So here we have the first arpeggio I'm introducing, an arpeggio on D major. A, D, there's the root of the chord, the D, and F sharp. Try to do it with one finger so you can see a bit more clearly. A, D, F sharp. Obviously that's a horrid way of playing the thing. Easier would be to finger a standard D shape. Depends what comes next. If I want to reach the A, I find it easier to use first finger for A, second finger for D, and first finger again for F sharp, so that I can reach up to fret 5 more easily. Find what chords belong to that scale. Can you find any? Well, of course, because I've practiced it and I know, I'm going to play a D major chord and a B minor chord, which is B, D, and F sharp, and I think I'll put the A in as well for the chord to make it into a B minor 7. So a B minor chord with a minor 7th there. Intervals and minor 7th chord names, it's for another time, just take it. So there we have A, D, F sharp. So I'm playing a chord to D and adding on the top A, which is part of an A D chord. Then B minor with the 7th and back down again. Put the two together. B minor 7. Another thing you can do when you're learning the scale is just play a note repeatedly and just think of its name or say it before you move on. Another thing you can do is decide what note you're going to play next. Try to hear it, see if you can hear it in your head. How can you learn to do that? Well, one way of learning is to sing along. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp. Now I'm mixing it up. A, D. You can sort of cheat. If you play the note first and then sing it. A, D, F sharp, G. Sorry, A, sorry. G, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Do that enough times and you'll be able to play along. Sing along, I mean. A, D, F sharp, G. What I'm doing is I'm planning it. I'm thinking A, D, F sharp in my head, and then playing it and then singing it. A, D, F sharp, A. Now I'm going to forget the note names now. Melodies are not composed always of just arpeggios, the notes of chords. Leaping around is part, I'm talking about pitches, leaping from pitch to pitch, part of writing melody, of a good melody, but sometimes, more often than not, moving stepwise by smaller intervals is easier to sing and yeah, just feels better. So for example, getting from the D major chord, hear that big leap there from the F sharp to the A. We could fill that in with one of the notes of the chord. There is one, there's a G there. And going F sharp, D, B is part of melodies, but you'd be more likely to join up by playing the notes in between, the notes of the scale that lie in between. So for example, from F sharp and D and B, there's an E you could fill in, and a C sharp that aren't part of the scale. So we could play, we could play E onto the note of the chord now, away from the notes of the chord. So now we've got this is purely a scale. So music consists of scales and arpeggios. It's unusual to have a melody which just goes up by steps, smoothly down by a few and up. It does happen, but usually it's a mixture. So playing around with your scale, start with it straight up and down, add rhythms. Need words to make that at all interesting. Even then, dum 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 dum. I wouldn't want that to go on for too long. Dum, 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 dum. I'm staring out the window. I'm staring out the window. I'm staring out the window. And then just play along and sing any old thing. I want some words to hang these notes on. I'm staring out the window. I'm looking at the road. I'm staring out the window. I'm looking at the road. That works to death. Da, 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 da. I'm staring out the window. I'm looking at the road. Do it to scale first of all. I'm staring out the window. I'm looking at the road. I'm staring out the window. I'm looking at the road. Okay. Bit boring, but it works. Let's throw in some arpeggios. I'm staring at the window. I'm looking at the road. I didn't want to land on the tonic. It sounded like I just finished. Did you hear if I sang I'm staring at the window, I'm looking at the road? Done. But if I don't land on the tonic, I'm staring at the I'm looking at the window, I'm staring at the road. Sounds like you've got more to say. Melody produces tension and relaxation, depending on how you pick your intervals as well.